I know you've seen a lot of Shopify stores online earning big, and you wanted to do it too. So you came up with this great idea, this beautiful website you developed or you paid someone to develop, and a couple of your friends and family told you it looks really great and you're onto something. But 1 week goes by, 1 month goes by, a couple months go by, little to no traffic, no sales, you're stuck. And you wonder, with this great idea, this great product, this great store, why is it not making any sales? Well, let me share with you 5 secrets to amp up your Shopify sales. The first secret to making a successful Shopify store that actually generates sales is social media. This is your powerhouse, and this is the fundamental to get your brand going and recognition as far as the eye can see. It's super simple, and it's a great way to start generating sales right out of the gate. Make sure all those social media pages link back to your store. So if someone finds you online, they can go right to your store and purchase something. The next thing that you can do to really make your social media shine is posting relevant content. Don't just post pictures of your product and be a very salesy page. You're not going to get followers, you're not going to get engagement. It's going to be a very mediocre page and you're going to get very mediocre results. You want to provide value. You want to give people something they want to look at. If you're in sports, if you're selling sports apparel, you want to post about sports, the latest NBA game, the latest MLB game. Keep them engaged, give them something they would actually genuinely follow, not just a sales magazine. You want to create a real magazine around your brand on your social media so it's attractive, easy to look at, and gives them a reason to stay engaged and follow you. You'll find the more you engage and provide value to your audience, the more they're going to trust you. And the more they trust you, the more likely that's going to convert into sales. The next best thing you can do with social media is engage your friends and family and get them to be involved in what you're doing. Your first couple of sales are more than likely to come from friends and family. They trust you, they know you, they want to support you. Show it to them, get their feedback, get reviews from them, get them to share it to their social media pages, and get results from it. Start driving sales from your local network. The next best thing you can do, and the last thing you can do for social media to really just get a jump start on it, is join local discussions and groups, whether that be on Facebook or Instagram. Find specific pods and groups that are tailored to your niche and industry. Get involved, network with them, collaborate, cross-post, shout out for shout out. Really help each other out and build brands on top of other people's brands and leverage it. They use your brand, you use their brand. It helps everyone and speeds the process up tremendously. Number 2, influencers. A great way to jumpstart your social media and boost sales through the roof. With influencers, they've already connected with their fans and their audience, and there's already a trust factor. These people follow these people very religiously and very avidly. They're already trusting in them. It's not a hard sell when these people recommend something to them. So with that being said, utilize that. Use those people to your advantage. Convince the influencers themselves to buy your product. Get them to run contests for you. Give them your product for free in exchange of promotion. And a lot of them make you pay, and it's well worth it. Your ROI is huge on that. You can do so many things with influencers. Find them in your niche. I usually say find them above 80,000 followers so the engagement will actually create results. And always do your math on it. And there's a bunch of ratios you have to do with influencers and stuff. But really, if you can get it down to a science and find the right people to work with consistently and constantly, it is a great way to generate sales. I knew of a company that I consulted for that literally drove 1,000 sales within a day by using influencers on their first day of launch. It was a great thing, great money made, and it was just a great way for them to get started, and they were already recognized by a huge amount of people because it was posted by their favorite influencer. Number 3, offer discounts and bargains. Who doesn't love a discount? A great way to drive sales right out of the gate and get things moving when you're a fresh new store or a store that just really hasn't been performing is utilizing discounts, whether it be a launch sale. I've seen other people, and I myself have tried, the free product plus shipping kind of sale, whatever it may be, the 50% off sale. There's so many ways you can run with that, and you can tie social media into it because there's apps and integrations that you can use. So basically, hey, if you shout me out on Instagram, if you shout my company out on Instagram, or you give us a retweet on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, I'll give you 25% off your first purchase. Not only is that free publicity for you and your company, but it's also a free sale. And that's how you have to look at it. It's all about brand recognition and creating yourself, making yourself an expert in your industry. One of my personal favorites, and something that I personally have done for years, is paid advertising. It's the best, quickest, and most effective way to reach tens of thousands of people, even hundreds of thousands of people, in a very rapid amount of time and really generate results. The only thing is it's a little dependent on your situation. One, you have to know what you're doing with it. Otherwise, it'll be a very expensive endeavor. You'll just be throwing money into the wind. You really need to know how to generate an ROI, how to track these things with Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics, get the demographics from it, make sure it's actually driving results, conversions, PPC, engagement, everything, and make sure it's actually working for you. That way you can generate an ROI. And the other thing with paid advertising is it in your budget? Are you on a shoestring budget and maybe paid advertising isn't for you? And that's why you got to look at some of the other options that are on the board and that we'll be talking about. But if you can, really focus on paid advertising because it's a great way to scale incredibly quickly and get your name in front of hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. And number 5, something that I've practiced a lot recently and I've seen great results from, is old-fashioned marketing. Whether that be flyers, door-to-door, or partnering with local retailers. Retail isn't as dead as you think it is, especially ones that are already established in your area, whether that be a chain or just a mom and pop shop. It's a great way to get in front of a bunch of customers that you didn't even know existed. You know, an example of that is I started an e-commerce company that was fitness, apparel, and supplements. Partnering with local gyms was one of the fastest ways to grow that. So what did I do? I hit the pavement. I started partnering with local gyms, cold calling, showing up at their doorsteps, and it worked. You never know unless you ask, and it's a great way to move forward. Old-fashioned marketing isn't dead. There's a lot more in digital marketing, and you're better with an investment in it, but there's certain scenarios, niches, and businesses that need old-fashioned marketing and actually rely on it. And there's a great percentage of customers that aren't even online. The older people and in other countries and stuff, they aren't even online. The only way to get to them is through chains, retailers, and that's the only way you'll get in front of them. So it's really a great way and an interesting dynamic that a lot of people forget about. I hope you guys enjoyed this short little webinar I put together, and I hope you got some value out of it. You know, reflecting back on the 5 secrets of just getting things started. Take that risk, take that jump, make stuff happen. Because if no one gets their eyes on your product, if no one's seeing you market, you're not going to make any sales. People have to know you exist to buy it, right? You have to get your name out there. So take these in, study them, try them out for yourself. This is free information from me to you. Make it work, use it to your advantage. My name is Jacob Hanley. I'm the CEO and founder of North 8 Agency. We specialize in marketing. I've marketed for some of the biggest brands in the world and worked with some of the biggest names in the industry. And I've also created several of my own companies, some of which have exited, some of which funded, from software to education to fitness apparel, everything across the board. And that's what I can tell you from one entrepreneur to another, is just take that risk. Try some new things, step out of your comfort zone. And the last thing I could recommend to you as an entrepreneur, one who's been there, done that, is get some help. Work with an expert, somebody who's done it, lived it successfully, and has done it. It'll save you so much time, because if you're just spending money on ads or social media or all these influencers and you just can't figure it out, you're spending 10 hours a day hitting the pavement trying to find people, you can't get anything to click. Well, it's the first time you've done it. You don't know what you're doing. You're wasting a lot of time. You're wasting a lot of money. So maybe work with an expert, somebody who's done it successfully. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to us at North 8. We'll provide you with a free marketing strategy and really get to know you as a customer and make your Shopify genuinely successful.